In this video, we are going to import data from Yahoo Finance to an Excel spreadsheet and then into SQL Server. First, we're going to go to a web browser and go to finance.yahoo.com and find historical stock prices. For our example, we will look up Apple. The ticker symbol is AAPL, and we will use the dates from January 1st, 2000 to January 1st, 2019. We will download the spreadsheet of Apple historical data, modify the spreadsheet to conform to the stock data table definition. We'll then import the data, and we'll do some modifications on the imported data and table structure to conform to the stock data table. So let's get started. Here is Yahoo Finance, and we will look up Apple, AAPL, and then we will look to click on historical data here in the middle of the screen. We'll then change the time period, as we mentioned, to be 1/1/2000, and the end date will be 1/1/2019. We'll choose Done, Apply, and we will download data. We're going to save the file. And then we will open it, and that opens in Excel. So let's make a couple of modifications, then we'll save it and start our import. First of all, we get rid of the adjusted close column. That's not part of our DDL. So we'll delete entire column. We get rid of it. I'm going to widen out volume so I can see that. I am going to insert a column. I'll call it ticker symbol. And I'll put Apple. I think I'll insert another column. And we'll call this Industry. And our example will be Tech. Let's see. We will start our copy. And we'll paste that. We'll actually copy this down. And we have Apple and Tech, and we'll fill that up later. So we have our spreadsheet. We're going to save it. But let's save it, instead of as a comma delimited file, we'll save it as an Excel workbook. And we'll just call it Apple. And save. And that should be good for importing. So we'll close that. We'll open up SQL Server. So I've already logged in, and we're going to use the StockDB database. So I'm going to do a new query. So I'll have a little window there, and I'll start the import procedure. To import, I right click on my database name, I go to Tasks, Import Data, and I launch the wizard. Now my data source is going to be an Excel file, and of course it's going to be Apple that we just saved. The first row does have column names, so I'm going to leave that check marked. Now my destination is going to be SQL Server, and it's going to have me authenticate once again, and so I type in my password. And I'm going to choose the one sheet that's listed. I'm going to take a lot of defaults here, and I go through my import. So it has imported 4,779 rows. I close that. I open my table here on the far left under StockDB, under Tables, and right now it's given a name that comes from the spreadsheet. I'm going to change that name to Stock Data. This is going to be the beginning of all the stock data that I have. So I can look at that data. If I right click on Stock Data and I edit top 200 rows, I can look at some of the rows of data right there that has Apple in it. I'm going to change a few data types and then we'll conclude this video. So I right click on my table name, I choose Design. I like ticker symbol, but I'm going to make that a char 12. I think no ticker symbols are actually over 6. Maybe I'll make that a char 6. The industry, I know that there aren't any industries beyond a char 50, so let's put char 50 here. Date is date time. I'm going to change my columns here. This is, I'll call it ST_open, and I'll give it a decimal, and I'll do 2113. What that means is there's 21 places of precision, 13 to the right of the decimal point. And I'll do that for high, low, close, and open. So here's decimal, 2113. Same thing again. Same thing with close. And my volume, I'm going to make that larger because sometimes I want to do some math and those volumes are really large. So I'm going to make this a 3413. I'm going to change all of these to be ST_high. ST_low. ST_close, and volume. That's quite a few changes. Right here, you don't know if those changes are going to work until you save it. A couple of ways to save. I'm going to save it right under project here with this icon and click Save Stock Data. And it gives me an error, and it's actually good that it showed me that. because you need to know, everybody needs to know that when you first go into SQL Server, you have to, there's a check mark that you have to undo. So if I go to Tools, then Options, then Designers, I click on Designers, I need to uncheck Prevent saving changes that require table recreation. When I uncheck that, now when I save, my table stock data has saved. So to reiterate, we got some data from Yahoo Finance, we imported it into SQL Server, we made some changes, and changed the table structure just a bit. Thank you.